Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. This is an important class because a lot of you are tuning in to join one of our incentive programs. We have several going on right now, but you must attend a product knowledge class in order to qualify. So depending on where you're tuning in from, what maybe hotel network or spa network you work for, or maybe you are simply an esthetician working alone. Depending on what you're qualifying for, you've got to learn about our products and our new fourth generation Lunas and some of our new products that are coming out. They're just about to launch. Are pretty interesting and pretty fun to work with. And I always kind of felt like the estheticians got the really intense part of the beauty industry and the hardworking part of the beauty industry. And so it takes a little extra work for y'all to really know what to sell, when to sell it, who to sell it to. So welcome to the world of FOREO. We are a beauty company out of Stockholm, Sweden. And I like to say beauty and wellness because your skin is your largest organ. And if you don't do it right, you're in big trouble. So you hold a big responsibility. My name is Jesse Boatright. I am the head of business development for the professional channel here at FOREO North America. And all that long fancy title means is that I am a sales manager and I do a lot of work with medical institutions and hotel chains and all sorts of day spas and medical spas. And I work with professionals all day long. And basically, y'all have the same concerns, some of the same staffing problems, some of the same client problems and concerns. And mostly, you just want to keep your client's skin looking young, healthy, and you just want to have a nice day at work and know when you leave in the evening that you've done your clients right. And that's kind of my my thoughts and my concerns as well. So let's get started. We have recently launched our fourth generation late last year, and we're pretty proud of it. We are a company that works off of, well, we're a sonic company. We work off of sound waves. We have built a great foundation with our cleansing. We have a line of Lunas is what we call it. FOREO is a green company. We're very environmentally sound. We have great benefits like our tools are waterproof up to 4 feet of water. When we talk about environmentally friendly, we don't have attachments that you have to throw away, so forth and so on. We have lithium batteries that go on forever and ever. We have a wonderful 2-year warranty that usually turns into a 10-year warranty. In fact, I don't have it with me right now, but I have the very first Luna that was given to me when I did a show in New York in 2013 when we launched. This year is our 10th anniversary, and so we're pretty proud of how far we've come. But anyway, our tools last and last and last, and we're proud of that because my gosh, I've dropped my Luna on my bathroom floor dozens of times, and it just keeps on ticking. And when I sell something to somebody and they say, what's the warranty like? And I always have to say, you don't really have to worry about that. We don't have piles of returns sitting in the manager's offices of hotels and so forth and so on. And so I don't have to deal with returns. And we have now app-driven products. So if a client has a problem with something or even questions, they don't have to call you in your spa. They just press the little icon on the app and our customer service answers. Or if they don't answer, they chat with somebody. I mean, it's crazy how convenient everything is now. So we are very consumer friendly, and that's always good. In fact, you wouldn't think they'd have a woman my age making videos all the time, but I have all these great videos out that help your clients after they get home with their tools. So we answer questions that you might not even know your client has because they watch one of my videos on YouTube and it answers a question and away they go with their tool and they're happy with it. So we try to, I don't know, fit everything together, all the pieces of the puzzle together so that your client is very, very happy with what they have. We do well. But as I said, we built the company on on the foundation of really gentle cleansing. We get the job done without having to manipulate the epidermis and you know, back and forth to the point where you know, we're stealing your elasticity. We give a beautifully gentle cleanse that does not affect that whatsoever, except to leave it alone, which we like that. So let's go right now to our Lunas. Let's talk about that waterproof. These are everything we make has got this wonderful medical grade silicone, and it's all one piece, and I love that. Most of our products are all for all skin types, except for these bad boys. These are our dual functioning Lunas. And when I say dual functionings, this is our Luna 4, and they come in skin types. And that is because the dual functioning Lunas cleanse, and on the back, they anti-age, or we call it the massage mode, okay? So oftentimes, the touch points need to be of a different density. Like this is for sensitive skin, and as you can tell, they feel kind of suede, but they're teeny tiny touch points on the sensitive. And then you get all the way up to the men's, and look how dense the men's Luna is, and that's because the men's epidermis is, what is it, 40% thicker than a woman's. This is what we call balanced skin, and so it's somewhere in between. This is the combination. It's a little bit closer to the men's. So we've got different different skin types with this. This is the only dual functioning Luna that we make. This is also your back bar Luna, and for the estheticians, you're thinking, you mean I use the back bar and then turn around and sell it to my client? Yes, we used to have different Lunas for the back bar. The thing is that when you use the same Luna for your back bar that you use, or that you send your client home with, they feel like, okay, she just used it on me, I get to take it home, this is great, I'm using what the pros are using. And that's good, because you can talk a little bit about it when she's on your table and she understands. Now, when you do have your client on your table, just to cut to the chase, and not make this the longest video of the world here, you have two in one hand. You want the same kind, and it's usually for balanced skin, normal skin, but you have two in one hand and you're doing this bit. Now there's a video that's not on my YouTube, but it is on your pro channel hub, and you can get that off of some other information that you can email me and get. Our pro channel hub is just for professionals. Of course, the YouTube is for your clients. But when you hold this, and we have an actual facial protocol, that video that you can watch, you want one in each hand and you hold it like so. And you can get to the nose fold. We can cut the blackheads down to almost nothing so that you have very little extraction, so forth and so on. But the actual official Luna facial protocol, my gosh, it makes your life so much easier in the treatment room. It's wonderful, wonderful. You can sweep across the décolleté, up the neck. You do everything you would do with your fingertips, only you do it with this. The sound waves is a really wonderful feeling for your client, and she wants to take one home with her, especially when she realizes just what her facial tissue feels like afterwards. It's a huge difference. Talk about immediate results. It's wonderful. And then when you finish with your facial, depending on what she purchased, she might have purchased one with a micro current add-on. And in that case, you would whip out the Bear, our microcurrent device, which I'll talk about in a second, and then you would use that in the facial as well. But at the end of your facial, you of course would layer on the skincare that you want to talk to her about purchasing, or maybe she already has that skincare at home and you're just going to supplement. Maybe she's due to buy her hyaluronic acid or what have you. Then you would take and you would turn that Luna around and you would double click it so that it wouldn't go back into cleansing, but it would go into that massage mode, and then you would turn it around and you would go ahead and massage that skincare in. Of course, with that low frequency sound wave that we call T-sonic technology or T-sonic pulsations, you would take, and the skincare would penetrate almost immediately. In fact, it would if it were pharmaceutical grade skincare. And when I say pharmaceutical grade skincare, I mean skincare that is designed to go into the dermis layer. Correct. Then you would take and you would rock them back and forth. Okay, you would rock them back and forth, and then of course you wouldn't have to do this bit because you don't want to you don't want to do the elasticity thing like I just mentioned. You want to be very gentle. So when you're rocking it, see how it's they're kind of humped on the back. So when you're rocking it, of course, you don't put any stress on the skin. That's what we want to try to avoid, the stress on the skin. And then you just place it. You just place it, in places, and of course the neck and the décolleté as well. So the second function is anti-aging with that low frequency sound wave that really pushes your product in. The penetration is wonderful. So what happens with these new Luna 4 that's so much different than any other Luna that we have is that, of course, the high frequency sound wave that stimulates the lymphatic system, right? And all of a sudden pores open and whoo, all the toxins are out. And then a low frequency sound wave where it penetrates the product. When you're in that low frequency sound wave, and when you double click when it starts, and you just feel it, but we have all external controls on this. So once you pair your devices with the app on your phone and you set all of the settings just the way you want them, you have a great opportunity. And when I say great opportunity, oh my gosh, do I mean a great opportunity? Because we have 5 massage settings now. And I mean, they are great massage settings. Okay, I have a cheat sheet right here because I can never remember. The lymphatic drainage massage is what you always get. That is what helps you sometimes to clear your clients' nasal passages so that they can breathe on your table, because you want them to be comfortable. And sometimes, you've got a client that's got some problems. But here are your other choices as well. Deep tissue, trigger, shiatsu, and reflexology. So what happens is, when you double click this and you're into massage mode, you can go ahead and penetrate the product. And if you want, and it can be extra soft, just humming along, you press this little feather here. And I don't know if you can see the feather now, but when you click on that, and let's just say, like, I like the reflexology because it kind of goes boom, 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 boom. And I have it set so that the speed of the motor is way down. So it's just so relaxing. And you can kind of do this bit. But then I've got the trigger massage and I've got the motor set up high. And then I press this little, it looks like a little pore, a little skin pore. And I click on that and it goes boom, 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 boom. Then I take my client and I stick this underneath. You know how you take your fingers and you kind of do this bit? I stick this underneath and I get right around this area at the very, very end of the massage. And oh my gosh, she's just like butter in your hands. So then you're like this, right? And she's just lying down on the table. So what happens? Well, I've not only sold one, but you might sell 2. You just never know. So there you have it. You've just sold your first Luna 4. So the massage on the Luna 4 definitely is something that nobody else has, that's for sure, but we've never had it before. And the thing is that when you try something in the treatment room, your client always wants to take it home. Now, we've freed up enough time for you to do a little massage, because when you do that nose fold in your facial and you've got this circling around, the blackheads that you saw at the beginning of your facial thinking, oh my Lord, this woman is not going to have a good facial. It's just going to be very uncomfortable for her. She's got some extractions that are not going to feel good. Well, we've cleared a lot of those up. You might still have a couple, but you don't have as many as you think you have. And you're going to have a couple minutes to really send her into heaven. And you're going to reap the commissions is what you're going to do. And so please don't dismiss that. And you can set your settings on your app, and then you don't have to have your phone. Your phone's going to be in your locker. So don't even worry about it. You'll be fine. You will be able to tune into the YouTube video on exactly how to do your app and your settings. If you are the head esthetician in your spa and these just came in and you've got 10 of them to set because you've got 5 treatment rooms, get your iPad for the spa or get your phone out and sit down. It takes about 3 minutes to set each Luna. It is just not a big deal. So don't start complaining now, because it is a cinch. And when your client takes hers home, they'll tune into YouTube and watch my video. My hand goes very slow. She can see my hand on the screen and I walk her through the steps. You'll send her oh shoot, I put it in the chat. What am I saying? I put it in the chat on this video, so you'll be able to see it. And the thing is that when she follows the steps, she won't be bothering you about it. You'll send it with a thank you note and whatever she purchased the day of her the day of her facial. So you're set. You are set. I want it to be as easy for you as possible. Okay, so that is the Luna 4, and it comes in 4 skin types because it includes the men's. Okay, and they come in great colors. So the next Luna, as you well know, and this has always been a good seller, is our mini. Okay, our mini. And the mini 4 is not all that different than the mini 3. It's got the glow boost. You click it once to turn it on. You click it twice and it goes, whoo, it takes off in your hand. And I've got it set really, really high for the glow boost. You don't have to have it set as high as I do. I believe it's 12 intensities. But it kind of takes off in your hand. So sometimes you might not want the glow boost, and then you just click it off and you click it back on again, and it's got the regular. But you set that on the app as well to whatever is your preference. This is the single functioning Luna, so don't forget that. And of course, that was our only dual functioning, was the granddaddy of them all, the Luna 4. But this is great. It comes in all new colors, and it's really, really nice. But that's the mini. And the mini, remember, it first came out because it was for young people who don't really have that that large regiment. The Luna 4, I always say it's for somebody who's got a lot of skincare and they really are going at it. But the Luna 4 is for anybody who wants that massage, that low frequency as well, to really, really get that blood boiling, because we do stimulate fibroblast cells in that low frequency. And that's where the collagen support starts. And that's what people that are really concerned about aging, that's their thought process. It certainly is mine. Should have been mine 2 decades ago. I'm late in the game. What can I say? That's my life story. So mini, and then after the mini, and y'all probably have been carrying these for a long, long time, but here are the Play Plus 2s. And that's the Play Plus 2s are our little $69 impulse item, like the my Almond Joy bar at the checkout stand at the grocery store. I swear I'm not going to buy one. I swear I'm not going to buy one. And there's 2 in my grocery cart. So that's what you have next to the cashier, when they're checking out. And this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. But look what we have now in the 4th generation line. This is what they look like, right? Play Plus 2. So what is that little guy? This is the Luna 4 Go. Okay, the Luna 4 Go. And this is what the Luna 4 Go looks like, okay, when it's out. Oddly enough, it looks a lot like the Play Plus 2, doesn't it? At least it does from the front. There's the back. It's chargeable, okay? So here's the big difference. The big difference is the Luna 4 Go has a lithium battery in it, and it charges, and you can use it for 300 uses, okay? 300 uses. So this is kind of a forever tool. This has AAA batteries in it, $69, $129. And I'm trying to steer a lot of my spas away from the Play Plus 2, put that into the gift shop, or maybe out by the cash register, keep this where the Lunas are in the heart of the FOREO devices. I kind of think we've made ourselves famous over the fact that you can charge this just a couple times a year and you've got this ready to go in your cosmetic case. It depends on your demographic. It depends on if people pick up gifts for people, because they could get this for themselves and they could pick up 2 more of these for gifts. Depends on if there's somebody in your front desk that literally is a salesperson and they don't just stand there and make appointments all day long, or talk to somebody at the same time they've got the phone receiver in their ear. Sometimes owners and people who are in charge of employment in your spa, they cut the front desk short and you miss sales all day long. Something to think about, because that happens oftentimes, and it really it's not a good idea, to be honest. Here's the thing. This is a great gift, as well as this one. And because it recharges, it's a gift forever. This is a true, at the heart of the FOREO thinking, because it lasts for a long, long time. You know, one thing that also made FOREO famous and great with doctors and medical professionals is that literally, if you were in the treatment room, you throw this in your sink with water, and it's such easy cleanup. You put a dollop of any antibacterial soap and USDs, you take and you scrub this together. It starts sudsing up. You've got the water running in your sink. You do this for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then you just start doing this bit with your thumbs under the water and make sure that it rinses real clean. You might put one down or just hold it in your hand. Do this bit with your thumb and fingers. Make sure that you get all the suds out. Shake it. Do the same thing there. Shake them both and put them face down on a towel and leave it, exit your room, new client comes in, lays down, you come back, and they're dry. And so the cleanup is really good. There's not a client out there that will fuss about the cleanup. In fact, most of them just take, again, their cleanser, which they probably shouldn't do, and they do it, boom, 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 and it's done. So the Lunas or any other tool, they're waterproof, absolutely. You can submerge them, that's fine. And then the cleanup is done. So that is great. This battery, even though it is waterproof, does not have the warranty that everything else has. So that is something to think about as well. So that is what the Lunas are all about. Now, as far as where you place them in your spa and so forth, that is up to you. These are more of an impulse item because of the price. So if you have a gift shop and so forth, these should go in the gift shop. Okay, and the rest should go in your spa with all, you know, with all the other Lunas. There is one Luna that's not really a Luna, but it kind of is. It is our Luna 4 body brush. Okay, it was launched with the Luna 4 collection, and this is pretty neat. It has a plus and minus sign, okay, just like the Luna 4 Go has, so you can speed up the motor or slow it down, and you click it on with just the external control, and you can exfoliate in the shower. It's great. My #1 video is if I were a rock star. I'm in the swimming pool at St. Thomas, where we used to live, and I am telling you all about this. But this is great. It comes in lilac, it comes in peach, and then it comes in this great evergreen color. So put this in amongst your body products, your exfoliators and your lotions and your body wash, and you will sell these. I love them, and of course they're like your soap on a rope. So it really has become a new category for us, and we're selling them like crazy. Wonderful, wonderful. So don't dismiss that, because it kind of goes in with our Luna family, and everyone's having a really good time selling them. Okay, just real quick, like we have a new skincare line out, and this is not our skincare video by any means, but these are our two facial cleansers, and they're really, really great. They foam up wonderful, and I'm really liking them. We've had a cleanser before. This is our new 2.0, and you really can't see it because of the light in here, but I'm talking about it because it comes in this little tiny tube. So if we ever want to do, or if you ever want to do a gift with purchase, this is a good thing to, to get or to talk me out of, depending on what you're doing with the gift with purchase. And so you could always put this with a Luna. So kind of get that idea in your head in case you ever wanted to ask me about something like that. This is great. And I am loving this for my husband, and it's a shaving cream. So that's another reason why I wanted to bring up the shaving cream is really, really good. I'm testing it on my Scottish hairy bearded husband, and so it's good. It's good. It's something to try. And I know you all are carrying wonderful skincare lines, but they might not have things for men. So please entertain the idea of maybe getting this in, and you can sit it beside this handsome evergreen men's Luna. And we had a Father's Day special this year. It did really well. So something to think about, something to think about. Okay, so now we get into the bear. Now I'm making this video right before the Bear 2 collection comes out. So if it's in the fall of 2023, then look down, scroll down when you're watching this video or right afterwards, and look at the Bear 2 collection video, because I'll have to make that video. This is July of 2023, and so in a couple months I'll be making a Bear 2 collection as soon as I learn about them. I know the Bear 2 will be more intense than this. As I sit here right now, this bear is just right under the intensity of a new phase, pro. So, and in my mind, and in a lot of dermatologists' mind, the intensity of the microcurrent is not important. It's how often you use it. And microcurrent, there's lots of reasons to use microcurrent. Everyone says, oh, you know, it tones your muscles, it tones your muscles, it's a workout for your face. Indeed it is, indeed it is. But there's so much more to microcurrent. This little mini bear, for instance, I think the reason why it's become popular is because there are more and more acne problems with kids. When we came out with this mini, when we, 13 or 10 years ago in 2013, it's because this was for young people, and the Luna was for people who had a skincare regimen. The younger people were getting acne at a younger age, and we were trying to tackle that problem and get ahead of the problem. And dermatologists say every day, if I could get ahead, if these kids could have figured out, these parents of these kids could have figured out to tell their kids how to cleanse their face on a regular basis, like twice a day, before this acne took hold, they wouldn't have, the problems they have now. So these minis were more for younger kids. And now they're for everybody that, doesn't have the intense skincare regimen to have this, this second function. Well, now they're using microcurrent to keep surfaces bacteria free. And how do you do that? You keep blood circulation going. Blood circulation keeps bacteria away, and it kills bacteria. So now we have the bear that has the most intense electrical current, and then we have the mini with the intensity much lower. And yes, it still tones muscles, and it's still really good for the eye area and the lip area. But it's mostly to stimulate blood circulation. And in younger people, they don't need this stronger. They're not trying to tone muscles. They're trying to keep bacteria at bay. And so this helps with acne. So we're talking about toning muscle and trying to, to lift that skin, somebody my age. And then we're talking about trying, still getting that blood circulation, but trying to keep acne at bay. So there's two different reasons and two different tools here. Now I use both because I'm really trying to keep this, thing going so that my lips don't turn under. I'm going to be 64 here in a couple of weeks, and I'm not liking this at all. And so I'm using both, and I'm using it every day. And I do see a big difference. Sometimes I catch myself in the rearview mirror of my car and I think, oh, okay. Because my lips were really turning under, and I'm seeing a difference. They wanted me to do a before and after work, and I went, no, I'm not, because I'm not gonna do the one not looking so good when I don't, even in an improved state, I feel like I'm still not looking so great. And so I didn't do that, but I do see a big difference. But that's not what the majority of these sales are starting to be for us. They're starting to be for dermatologists who are turning their younger folks into this in this frame of mind for acne. So parents or women who are coming in for facials are now taking this home for teenagers. So something to think about, And you can use it just for spot acne as well as an adult. And that helps as well. So anyway, there's lots of reasons for microcurrent. The bear, you hold this differently than you would our competitor. When you hold things like this, it tends to slip out of your hands. Now we have this wonderful medical grade silicone. It's hard for any of our products to slip out of your hand. So that part is good. And of course you sweep up, and yes, you can definitely hold it. You can do, everything that you do with our competitor. It's just that it's easier. Now, what is the difference between us and our competitor? I'll tell you what the main difference is. We have an anti-shock sensor, and it makes all the difference in the world. So these spheres, as crosses over your skin, what happens? It measures the thickness of your skin. So in the morning time, when I've got my cup of coffee in one hand and I'm doing this bit and I'm not paying any attention, I'm watching the news, this sphere goes into my tear trough, nothing happens. Nothing happens. I've got my conducting serum on, and our conducting serum is a hyaluronic acid complex, squalane. This new conducting serum of ours, the new Supercharged 2.0, has an enormous amount of electrolytes, which helps even more with the conductive part of it. It is really, really nice. You put a couple pumps on and over your face, you let it sit for about 30 seconds and then away you go. But when it goes, when these spheres go in to my tear trough, nothing happens. I don't know that it even changes, but it basically lightens up the intensity. Now, here's what I have mine set at. I set it on the app at full tilt boogie, and I could set it down to 1. Even though I have it set in my app at 5, I can manually set it with no phone in sight, nothing happening. This is in manual mode. But I have it set so that T-sonic pulsation that we talked about, that low frequency sound wave, is happening. It sounds the same no matter what. I can double click this and it would go off. It doesn't make any difference. The thing is that the shock sensor will make I mean, it'll happen and you won't even know. The thing is that when it comes off that thin skin, it'll go right back to what it was. It wouldn't make any difference if Mrs. Smith was 18 on my table or 83. Of course, if she was 83 on my table, I would go ahead and put it down to 1 because I just wouldn't want to take any chances at all that anything would malfunction or what have you. But you wouldn't have to. I love that. I love that freedom about that. And when they take it home, they would like that freedom as well. And then when you're done with it, you just hold that button down and it turns off. It's pretty elementary. If you wanted to not have it buzz, then it's, you just double click it. It's pretty neat, and it's got a lot of freedom to it. And the same with the little one. So it's pretty versatile. I do have to say that we're selling a lot of bears, and we're selling a lot of bears for back bar, and people are taking it home. So I'm thrilled. And the collection that's coming out, you're gonna love the purse bear. It's a little teeny tiny bear with little tiny spheres, and you can work around your lips and your eyes, and it's got a little cylinder that you can refill, and you just pump that, so you can put it in your purse. You can do your your lips and your eyes on an airplane if you wanted. It's probably going to be the holiday gift of the year this year, because it's just so doggone cute, and it's only about this big. And well, you'll have to check it out. Anyway, that's our microcurrent. I look forward to getting it in a couple months. I did not talk to you about the iris and the espada. These are really great add-on sales. We are kind of famous for multiple sales. And the reason why is because when you start talking about tools, one thing leads to another. This iris is, these are our back bar. These are our 3 back bar tools that you always find in Estee's back bars. Cleansing, microcurrent. This is for the eye area. This is what an iris looks like when it's on. You feel that low frequency sound wave, that T-sonic technology, and this is what an iris does. You start right here and you go around. I never have much concealer left after I do this. Just come around. You don't push down. You just barely hold it. In fact, sometimes I've dropped it because I'm not holding it tight enough. And you can come around. Of course, you get this little 11, your little lines here. And you come around. This, of course, it mimics your, our little dappling here. If you've got a client with, really, those purple bags and those really, really purple tear troughs, get that vein flowing because that blood is not flowing. If you don't want the T-sonic pulsations going on, then you click it and it'll just be the massage mode without any pulsations. Although I don't know who in their right mind wouldn't want that pulsation. Those pulsations are so relaxing, especially in the treatment room. It really puts your client at ease, and it's, you know, you can always use that kind of help. They're always so tense when they first get on your table. The iris is just a nice add-on to show your client, and you'd be surprised how many you sell without even trying. This is an acne pen. This is our acne pen called the Espada. This is an Espada 2. The Espada 2 Plus will be out soon, and it's got like this little wiry, bendy kind of thing that comes out, and it's got a little lens on the bottom of it, just like this has a lens, and it goes right on a pimple and kind of zaps it. So when you click this on, there's a blue light that shines. And let's just say I have a spot right here that feels very tender, and I know it's going to be a pimple in just a couple days. You just center that lens around that area, and you can see the light, you know, start to happen. And then you feel the T-sonic pulsation start to happen, and it kind of grows and grows, and you can feel the motor, and it pulsates for about 30 seconds, and then it'll go boom, 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 and then it'll stop. When it stops, lift it off the skin and then place it right back on that same spot, okay, that same spot, and then do it again. Oh, see, and then pick it up and put it right back down, and then do it again, and it'll kind of grow and get more intense, more intense, more intense, more intense. And then you do it again. I do it 3 or 4 times on clean skin, and then just go to bed, and then do it again the next morning on clean skin. And then pretty much that, you know, little teardrop pool of bacteria that's forming, I've killed the bacteria, and that pimple never happens, never comes to be. So it's a great gift for a teenager. And then, of course, there's adults like me who never seem to get the idea that, you know, my cell phone's dirty. And so it can also come in handy for an adult. But these are really good add-on purchases. And if you've got whatever skincare you're using or selling, and there's specials, skincare, you know how they run promos. And if there's an eye cream that's going to be a promo, you might want to put the iris with the eye cream, and then do the 20% off the eye cream, pass your promo on to your client. And so you can say, buy an iris and get 20% off of that eye cream that month. Look for those kind of opportunities where you could sell 2 things, whether it be my product or somebody else's. If you, you know, if you can pass that on, it makes it very, I don't know, tempting for your client then. And so, and it's a good duo for them to pick up a gift for somebody months later when it's, you know, Christmas time or something. So think about that. Okay, so looky here. We have a UFO. UFO is what we call smart masking. Smart masking is fun, and is for people who want the latest and greatest. Smart masking is simply a different way, you know, the sheet masks that came out where you know, balance a sheet mask on your face perfectly for 20 minutes and you lay there where so it doesn't shift, and you're with your little nostril holes lined up and so forth. Forget it. You can just put a little tiny mask that's in this little sheet right here, okay, in this little sheet right here. You can put that on, take this little ring off, you can put that on this, click it in there, and then you can go to town. You can do it 2 ways. You can do it where your phone is on and you can customize a mask for yourself. Or you can pre-program your phone, so the phone, or pre-program your UFO, so your phone is nowhere in sight, and do it in the treatment room. It's all up to you, depending on if you're a mad scientist esthetician, or if you can, you know, settle down long enough. 90 seconds is what you need, and do what we program it to do. What this UFO does is it takes LED lights along with cryotherapy or thermal therapy, or some masks include both, along with T-sonic pulsations. There are those T-sonic pulsations again, and they make it all with whatever this formulation is. There's actually 12, I think, 12 masks. And they, depending on what you want. This one right here is Youth Junkie. What do you think that is? Collagen. This one right here is from our Farm to Face collection. That one was our advanced collection. This is Manuka Honey. Manuka Honey. This is a revitalizing mask, and it's got a lot of moisture in it too. So this is this Farm to Face collection is really, really neat. And so this is for a whole different purpose. So it just depends. And this one is I want to say, yeah. So it delivers a ridiculous amount of moisture. This one is definitely more collagen, and it has moisture as well. But some have like H2O overdose has hyaluronic acid. The Matte Maniac is our acne. It's like a charcoal mask. There's all sorts of different ones, but it goes onto this little ring so that it holds tight, and then a process starts. And so it's real easy. You just have to hold still and swirl it around your face. If you had your phone with you, it would tell you what was happening while it's happening. If you don't have your phone with you, there is space on here for 8 masks to actually just take off by itself, just with you clicking. Now, if I click it right now, it will take off, and I won't be able to stop it unless I turn the whole thing off. So I'm going to turn my phone on just so you can see the app. And the reason why I'll do that is so that you can see the app in general for everything. So here is my app on my phone. I'm just going to click it like that. And there is my page, my home page. And I'm going to look for my UFO. I have a lot of tools. That's a UFO Mini. Y'all, there's a UFO and a UFO Mini. And right now we're in our 3rd generation of UFOs. And right now there's even a UFO. Wow, look at this. That's all red light. And that looks like it's white, but it's actually all red in the middle. This is just not showing it very well, but it is red. Right now we're just on the regular UFO, but there it is right there, okay? The regular UFO offers cryotherapy. Come on. Oh, what's it doing? There we go. Cryotherapy and thermal therapy. The UFO Mini, UFO 3 Mini, is just thermal therapy. I can't make that more clear. I rarely sell minis. So if this is the home page, see if I can get it where you can see it. It's got all sorts of things, and you have to set up your put your app on your phone and then set it up. It's real easy to do the settings, but I wanted to show you one particular. This is for the mad scientist ones, and it just turned on my my UFO. Now it's gonna there we go. This is the back room of the UFO. Do you see the color wheel? The color wheel is pretty neat. Now, if I wanted to do an acne treatment, let's say, okay, if I want to do an acne treatment, it's pretty neat, because the acne treatment is something that that is, you can set it for blue. You can set the intensity for whatever you want it to be, okay? You can set it for cold. You can set it for heat. Do you see? It's great. And the thing is that you can design whatever you want. Now, you have to have your phone in the room for in your treatment room for this, but you can let it be whatever that is. It will stay. I've had mine stay for 20 minutes. Just depends on what you want your what you want your facial to be, and so that's great. Now, another way, and this is what most people do. Okay, this is that one. Like, let's say you work with essential oils. This is that one that you can do. But let's say, hold on. Let's say that you are setting, hold on. Let's say that you are setting, I'm going to take the app away. Let's say that you are, see that first dot? See the second? See the third? The third is a customized facial that I did for me. And it starts with LED for wrinkles, okay? I customized on that and then I saved it. And it will go, right now the plate is ice cold. It's going to turn to heat. Now I'm not going to put a gauze, I'm not going to put a mask on there. It's kind of a resin cotton kind of mask. I'm not going to put anything on there, but I've got my own skincare on there. Okay. You don't have to use our masks if you don't want to. And I've customized the lighting. So anyway, and I've got it timed for 120 seconds. So it's a 2-minute mask instead of a 90-second mask. And we've got a couple 2-minute masks that are packaged as well. But I've got it all customized for me. So even though there's room for 8 masks on there, they don't all have to be our masks. They could be the third one can be a customized mask for you. So we have left it for you to do what you want to do as well. And then of course, there's one I just showed you where you could, I mean, there's a lot of Estes, especially ones that are just themselves, you know, in a room that just lay their phone down in airplane mode so it can't ring or anything, and they just dial that in, and their UFO goes accordingly. And they're doing, because you know they might have different things that come up, and so the UFO is very, very versatile, and depending on what type of demographic you have and what medical problems your clients have, sometimes you've got to, I don't know, go with the flow. And so the UFO is very versatile. And a handheld cryotherapy device, first of all, good ones are very, very rare. And this one just happens to be a good one. And it's just not all that expensive. So anyway, something to think about. And the UFO is not for everybody. I'd like to sit here and lie to you and say, everybody's got to have one, but it's not for everybody. It is for somebody who's very specialized, and also for somebody who has a demographic that people want to take one home and specialize themselves, you know, make sure that they, you know, they want to know what they're doing as well. So we have gone through everything right now that, that is important to you, something that you need to know. I hope that you learned something. I didn't go through a lot of uses, and I probably should have. 600 uses for the large Luna, 500 uses for the mini. I think I said 300 uses for the Go. Who knows about the Play Plus 2? It depends on what super duper AAA batteries are in here. Let's see, the Iris. Hold on, I got to find my cheat sheet because now I can't remember. Oh, Iris is 50 uses. No, Espada is 50 uses. Iris is 50 uses as well. I think the Espada uses are 100. They're double the Iris. And the Espada also is really good for preventative use as well, because this silicone is a different type of silicone than the outside, and it's designed to not spread bacteria. I don't think I mentioned that. I like that part about the Iris. The UFO is probably the lowest because it takes up most of the juice. It's 40 uses. So in other words, you don't have to charge your Lunas that you use in the back bar every single night, because they last a long time. But you should use your charge your UFO every night, for instance, if you use it in the treatment room. So kind of remember that. I think that pretty much covers it. The Bear has a pretty good amount of uses, around 90 uses per charge. So probably every other day for the Bear, just to make absolutely certain you have enough juice. All pretty consumer friendly and SD friendly. I'm very proud of what we have here. We have some really, really good, useful tools for you as you know, as a talented aesthetics professional, but we also take extra care that your client can use them at home safely and effectively. And that's very, very important to us, because it's very important to you. You've got to watch out for, you know, your client. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening to me for an hour or so, or 15 minutes or so. I get on our website, look at those, look, I think you can see the chat, and please, please, please look at that Pro Channel Hub. Don't share the Pro Channel Hub with your clients. There's too many secrets on that. But the YouTube page do share, because I don't give any secrets away on there that your client shouldn't know. They're helpful hints on there. And oftentimes they get on the YouTube and then they see things that you might not carry, and then they call you and say, I want one of those Espadas, and then you'll have to call me and we'll get you one so that you can sell them one. And then you'll see that maybe you might want to sell them to some other people as well. And so that part's good. I do think that YouTube channel is helpful to your clients, because then they do discover things that you might not have considered before. So so it helps everybody involved. I guess that's about it. I appreciate your business, and y'all take care. And if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Thanks. Bye-bye.